Hi,
Welcome to RX Family Travels,
where we talk about maximizing family travel with the use of credit card points. Today, we're taking a look at Tidewater Beach Resort, located on the sunny coast of Panama City Beach, Florida. We'll start with our accommodations, which were completely free.
All right, as you take a look around, I'll go ahead and give you some details about this condo and the resort, and then we'll get into how we were able to book this for a savings of about $1,285. So this condo setup is really spacious and just ideal for our blended family of 5. I've got 2 daughters, a teen and a tween, and then a toddler son. And everyone was able to spread out and really enjoy this space. Now with this setup too, of course you have a full kitchen, and so you can make meals, and we do that for breakfast and lunch, and then we'll eat dinner out. And one night we did try the restaurant on site, which is called Waves, and it was decent, not bad at all if you do want to stay on site, because the area is pretty busy, and so restaurants all had a long wait time for Memorial Weekend, but we were able to get that meal at Waves pretty quickly with no problem. They do have a pre-registration fee of $35, and that was the only thing we had to pay, and that gave you access to the pools, to the room areas, so the wristbands gave you access to those things, and it also included covered parking, which was across the street, and there's a covered walkway that leads you from the parking area to the check-in area. Now, we did check in after typical check-in time, which is 4 o'clock, and we got there at 6, and there was no one there. I'd seen reviews where some people had a long wait for check-in, but we had no issue at all. We were able to check in pretty quickly. All right, so we booked this rental through Vacasa, and they offer vacation rentals. And so with Vacasa, typically you can't use credit card points, but there is a workaround. And so you'll be able to transfer points from Wyndham, and Wyndham is actually a transfer partner for Capital One and City Cards. So we had the Capital One Venture X card, and I had recently gotten the sign-on bonus of $75,000, and then I referred my husband, and he was able to get that as well, and the referral bonus was $25,000. So we had more than enough points to do this transfer. Now, the caveat with Vacasa is that you do have to ensure that your condo is less than $500 per night. If it's less than $250, that's even better. You'll get a transfer rate of 15,000 points per night. If it's between $250 to $500, then you'll get a transfer rate of $30,000 per night. The other thing is it increases by bedrooms as well. The nice thing about this condo is it counts as a 1-bedroom, even though it sleeps 6. So we got our stay for 15,000 points for the 1-bedroom, and spent a total of 90,000 points, which covered the $1,285 fee. Now, when you go to book with Vacasa, you do have to give them a call. And so I'd recommend looking at 2 or 3 different condos just to ensure that one of them will be bookable with points, because they're not always available with points. So it does take a bit of extra time just to research this, then call them, verify that you can book. Once you've done that, you'll need to transfer your Capital One points or your City Card points to Wyndham, and then transfer from Wyndham to Vacasa. And that transfer was pretty quick for us. I was able to do it while I was right on the phone with the agent. So you do have to go through a couple extra steps for this, but it's certainly well worth it for the amount that we saved and for the space that we had. and for the amenities that came with this room. So the room did include 2 beach lounge chairs with an umbrella, as well as access to the game room, which was fairly small. But they did also have a movie theater area, and they had 2 movies that showed each evening. So one was a kid-friendly movie, and then the later one was an adult movie. Of course, they had pools and a hot tub and gym and all that usual stuff. So definitely great place to keep the kids entertained. Of course, we did go off site and do a couple things as well. One of the closest attractions to this location is Pier Park, and that is an area where you can go shopping, you can walk around, you can walk along the beach, and it does have a Ferris wheel, mini golf, and a little train that takes you around, which was so cute. My toddler really enjoyed that. So we spent an afternoon in this area, and it also has restaurants, so you can eat if you would like to. And we did stop in a few shops and got some souvenirs to take home with us. Then the other thing that we did was a dolphin cruise. So much fun. I won't go into all the details of what they did on the cruise, but we really enjoyed it. Of course, we got to see some dolphins. So that was fun too for the kids. That was obviously the highlight of the cruise, and this was, I think, our most enjoyable activity there. So if you are going to visit Panama City Beach, definitely check it out. Highly recommend it. The cruise pickup area was about 25 minutes from the resort, so we did rent a car for this vacation, and the Capital One card came in handy for that because it does have President's Circle, and so we rented just a small car, but we got upgraded to an SUV, which was pretty nice once we got to the airport. That was great. It's a pretty small airport. It does not have a lounge either, which is another perk of the Capital One card. So it does allow for priority pass access to the lounge. And so at our home airport, we were able to use the lounge for snacks and water and all that. Overall, this was a great family vacation, and we also really love the Venture X card. So we've added our referral link down below in case you're interested in taking a look at the card as well. If you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, add a comment, ask a question, or just tell us about your time in Panama City Beach or your favorite family vacation. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, bye-bye.